Okay, all right.
All
Day
right, here
three.
we go. Welcome back to the Co-Fit Creative Vision Challenge. Thanks once again for joining us. Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right, so day three, right? I'm just gonna hand it directly over to Jing. She'll give us the intro, and then we'll get right into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is really cool, We still have amazing, incredibly dedicated, people from Latvia, from Australia, from Dubai, despite all the time zones, despite all the confusions joining.
Yeah.
And we are here together and we're cherishing this journey, right? See, we're all together in this and really getting. You talked about the frequencies and energies. It's so beautiful. You just named it, right? Because you see, essentially, we are all this. And today, in the process of the three questions we are asking earlier, right? So we covered what, we also covered why we're doing this, and today I'm going to talk about a bit about how, right? There are different approaches, but the how is also very important, right? So I'm gonna in a bit. I'll start the a presentation. Okay, just some slides for you to look through, and then the cool thing about this is that we can tackle this high level, right? And then on Thursday, I think I get it this right. Okay, I think if not, please correct me. Okay, our beautiful, incredible Solon has agreed to do the details in terms of making a vision board. All the ins and outs about really get it on the board or digitally, whatever way, so that you can put that in your reality, and then you can put it where you can see every day, and that will help impress your subconscious mind uh, in a different way, right? So today I'm gonna share with you a few approaches. So these approaches, it's quite interesting, right? It's a different from what the traditional way people are talking about, and this is the way that which I use, and it produces the most amazing results, right? Like rapidly, fast, like one session. It's like snap of the fingers, it's done. Well, I mean, not as such, but I'm exaggerating a little bit. But this is how cool it is, right? We have the access and we have expanded version of what's possible. So we're gonna look into that. Okay, I'm really excited. Are you excited?
Very excited.
Awesome. All right. Okay, let's start. Kickstart the morning this way. Oh, we can do this every day, can't we? Well, my morning, your afternoon already. Early morning for Ines and anybody else who the the other part. Okay, so let me quickly start my slides here. Just give me a second. Managing technology.
Always fun.
Yeah. Well, you're the tech person, right? You're the expert
Yeah.
here. We are kind of like,
Let me know if you ever need help.
yeah, okay, here it is. It's coming. I was threatening, now it's coming. All right, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, today we're gonna do the jump, okay, a little bit. From over here. From over here, so we're gonna see. And I'm gonna start the play so we can see the whole thing. Right, so this is where we are here for. Oh, we can see Ines now. You look so beautiful, even in the dark. Yeah, amazing, awesome. So we're all here, and this is the part which I want to I want to share with all of you, right, on this one, because talking about vision, talking about the things that we want. As human beings, the most, I would say, it's kind of like ironic, right? This kind of struggling that we have is, first of all, when something that we want, and the first thing people say, oh, it's impossible, like this happened to me in the past, I tried so many times, and I had so many marriages. It broke my heart, and love is not available. It's impossible, right? And even for health, because even recently I was dealing with a case. There's a skiing issue. Literally, this person's tortured in a way that is just almost driving into his own world, because socially he cannot go out and connect because of his condition, and mentally he tried so many times, right? Doctors and this and that, and nothing could help him. So he's literally having this conversation is that there's no cure, it's impossible. Oh, there's a baby. No wonder I was like looking at something, it was like a baby. Okay, all right, that's why I'm not talking. Welcome. So cute. So this is wonderful, right? This is wonderful that we are all in a space, even including the little baby, even though he's sleeping, but his subconscious mind is open to soak in all of this. So we are literally talking about we're gonna break through this, right? So if you just look at this picture, right, this not we don't even need to explain anymore. And all the great people, successful people, they went through this and they break through this, right? You just need to shift this one tiny little thing. Things completely different, right? It's just completely different. So our beliefs is the blueprint of the perception. It's the blueprinting where we are going, like building a house. If you have the blueprint, what happens? It will just turn out exactly as the blueprint created, right? So this is how everything's done in our life. You just need to shift over here a little bit, and everything's gonna show up according to that belief, right? So over here, what I really want to do is challenge each and every one of you. Think outside the box, and then go from impossible to I am possible. And if you have this conversation, the context is completely changed. And then, as we know, context is decisive, right? Context literally means how you are thinking, whatever you're thinking. So, for example, if I say, "What is this?" I have my finger like this. What is this? So, in one context, we say, "Oh, one." Can you see in the numbers? We say it's one. But in another context, we say, "Oh, this could be." I'm just pointing up, right? And then in another context, it's just like I'm raising a point. I'm gonna just say something or raising a point. Can you see the context changes? Everything else changes, right? So this is how incredibly it is, right? And this is so super, super important. So if we can get this straight, that's it. We're gonna be charged with incredible power. We're just gonna move forward, right? So this is wonderful. So from now on, our conversation is only going to be I'm possible. I am possible. Wow. Powerful
Awesome.
stuff.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Peter, I am possible. No need to be perfectionist.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is another question which I want to propose over here, okay? For most people, this is really truly amazing. This whole thing, right? This whole game of life, even this game of playing, being a human, it's all about self against self. What does it really mean is that anything that we want or wish for or desire, right? If we have difficulties or struggling or issues not getting it, it's not because the circumstances out there. It's not about other people who evil. They stopped me and they played this trick and that trick, and then they kind of like prevented me. Right? It's not like that at all. Because you see, that's like you are playing being a victim. Right? In this world, in this universe, if you're playing being a victim, that's what happens. You're gonna be a victim. That's the conversation essentially. Remember the belief. Whatever you believe, you will be giving. That's kind of like your command, right? Like whatever you ask for, it shall be given already. So ask yourself the question anytime and anywhere, everywhere, if you have a bigger, better future that you envision yourself, or you want, or you know, that you desire, you wish, and you dream for, but and then you turn around saying, oh, you know what, I don't think I can get it. I don't think it's impossible, right? I don't think I'm good enough that I can get it, or I don't think I deserve to have it, right? Can you relate? Can you relate to this, right? Look back in our life. You know, I walked through so many of these, you know, like previous, my first half, like literally, I can say my first half of my life was all about that, right? With frustration going through life. Because you see, I shared with you in the previous sessions that, you know, my life is literally a depiction of this. The moment I was born, I was unwanted. Of course, that becomes that incredible driving belief, right? Of course, being unwanted, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve. So anything that I want, I self sabotage myself in a way that's just creating more frustration. And I completely lost connection with people. I was totally depressed. And one time I was suicidal. It was actually lasted for a long time. And later on, even later on in life, circumstances shifted a bit, had a lot of money, right? Inherited money. And yet that didn't make the difference, because circumstance and money is not the issue. The issue is over here, right? Even though with a lot of money, had amazing everything, but still depressed. And then money, of course, soon blew away. You know, this is what happened with the, you know, the mindset, right? Because you got to get rid of it. You can't do anything else. There's no bigger, better future in that way. Because I didn't believe that's available for me, even though I could experience that. So this is how incredibly crucial it is, right? Ask yourself the question: do I believe? Do I deserve? Or in your peripheral thoughts or your belief system, just look deep. This is a self-inquiring, kind of like retrospective um, time, a period. Just look into yourself and ask yourself those questions, right? So another thing which I want to share over here is that with all of that said, with all of these mindset, right? How can we bring it into the practical world? How can we practice? How can we really get it out? By action, that we are alive, we are really living, truly living our vision, right? So for me, there's one thing which I say all the time is a big problem. But what is the big problem? And the big problem is not the big problem outside in the world, like, oh my God, the state of the affairs, you know, go to the other part of the world, you know, save them, you know, they're suffering, all of that. What I discovered is the big problem is not even out there. The big problem is actually here, exactly where I am, where we are, each and every one of us. So what is the big problem here? The big problem is waking people up, waking myself up to who I am, my true power. So I become a light, like truly light. Of course, this is our truth, right? When we are preventing ourselves, stopping ourselves to be that light, we become this kind of, you know, picture that we portray, and we see ourselves and we beat ourselves up, making ourselves wrong. And then in the process, that causing a lot of issues physically, mentally, and emotionally, and even spiritually, right? It stops the flow. So that's why you see in this, when she's doing the music, you can just see her flowing. She's just like one with that, you know, the spirit. It was so moving, right? This is what happens when you do music, the creative things like art. You see yourself like truly just flowing, being one with that. So this is what happens when we're coming and focusing on the big problem, which is actually each and every one of us. If we choose to work on all of these things, which I will share with you also, different approaches, how we can do this, how we can literally take care of this part. Because remember the water experiment, right? The moment you shift and change, you affect the whole world, the whole humanity. There's no doubt about that, right? So that's why I'm saying it's so incredibly important that we are here having this conversation, right? So that's why I'm so grateful, and I'm just elated. I'm just like, wow, I'm so thrilled that we are here having this conversation. And because the moment you shift, you are carrying the whole humanity here with you, and you affect everything, right? So this is something when I want to actually acknowledge yourself, each and every one. You just tap yourself on the shoulder and thinking, oh wow, you know what? I acknowledge myself for being here. I acknowledge myself for having the dedication and for really truly putting yourself. You are literally declaring. I'm moved, like when tears coming. We are literally declaring. You know what? I want to be used. I want to be used as the instrument, as a vessel here, to serve humanity by serving myself, right? By literally connecting myself to what the essence, what really matters out here, right? Which is me. Because you see, this is the whole game is just completely different as the illusion which is portrayed out there is, we're separated, but we're not. We're all the same. We are one. This is the ultimate oneness that's at play, right? So this is one. And then one more thing. Do you believe this? You can have it all, right? Whatever you want, whatever you see, whatever that's natural. Because you see, this of course, for many people, this can come into different levels. Some people say, oh yeah, I wanted this and I wanted a new car, but I prayed and I use the affirmations I think about every day, but it just doesn't come to me, right? This is one level, right? This is the kind of level that we're talking about, the kind of desire out of, just wanting it because other people have it. It's so cool, right? There's also another deeper level of truly what matters, what it really like satisfy you, fulfill you as a human being on the deepest level, right? If you look at all of that, the material possessions, the cars, money, all of that, right? Behind all of that, what is that thing, right? Can we go about our life without our health, without our perfect health?
No.
Right. Of course. It's just meaningless. Everything is meaningless when you don't have your perfect health, right? Satisfying, fulfilling relationships. You have all the money in the world, you have everything, but you are all alone in this world. You don't feel connected, and when people are not relating to you, you can't relate to anyone. These are very sad kind of scenarios, right? But many people in this world, this is what they're dealing with exactly. Think about all those celebrities, right? Even Robin Williams, and then, Keith Rogers, Keith Ledger. Oh my God, I'm making up new names now. And then all the other so incredibly talented people in this world, right? They brought so much fun, joy, and just so much for other people. And yet they go home and they experience all of that, right? Because you see, they didn't know what we know here. Can you imagine if we bring this message to as many people as possible, right? If they know about all of this, they don't have to suffer that way. They don't have to go. They probably still be here, even contributing a much bigger level because now they are fuller, living a much fuller, expanded version of who they are as a spirit here, right? Because they were given special talent and skills to be here to contribute, right? So the question here is that how can we make the most difference to the most people, right? Knowing that we can have it all. This is the question which I ask myself every day, and along with other things. My background question has always been, how do I best serve humanity? And this become like my mission from very early on. So these are the questions which kind of like guided me, leading me to what I'm doing now, finding out the answer, finding out the most effective way to support another human being. And then finding out the essence, the truth about who we are, right? What is the most effective way? What is the thing that can change everything? Is by addressing all these things on the level of each and every human being. We change and we shift and we vibrate differently. So then we in turn literally change everything in this whole world. And by doing this way, world peace is possible, right? So this is the way which I see how we're going to create a world that works for everyone. We're all in together, but first we got to start with the self, right? On the level of self, and we ask all these questions, because regardless which level we are at, or which part of the journey, or which pace that we are having, there's always a next level, right? If we are committed to that, if we're declaring ourselves that, you know what, this is much bigger than just the self, which is the ego desires and all of that, right? And if we step into, okay, all right, if we look at everything all connected, how can we really move forward together? When we talk about world peace, is it really possible? Right? What can be done on a personal level, on a self level? Having that awareness and being present to that, that's already creating incredible space, right? Imagine the kind of difference, the kind of impact that each and every one of you is already making, but also can go to the next level, even making bigger impact, right? Starting with the relationship that you have with yourself. How are you experiencing yourself each and every moment? Are you experiencing yourself with power, freedom, self-expression, peace of mind? Or you have conflictions, just constantly struggling, right? Earlier we were joking and then teasing Peter about his perfectionism. This is a typical example, right? There's conflict here. And we are not allowing ourselves to be. Instead, we constantly, like beating ourselves up, because perfectionism literally means and saying, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't think I need to be this way, that way. There's a fixed thing in the mind, right? So this is the level which we are talking about. Of course, today I'm just talking about in a general, very vague way, but I just want to raise this awareness for all of us to be aware of that, right? And to even having like a expanded version, inspired, and like going out to go full out and saying, you know what, oh my God, I'm gonna really look within all the time, right? How I'm experiencing myself. This could be the reference point in everything that you're doing. And this is my reference point, by the way. And because of this, I created incredible transformation for myself and for people around me, my family, most importantly. And this ensures you have a most satisfying, fulfilling life here, each and every moment. So there's no regret and there's no worry, no concern, because I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I seriously don't know, not even next minute. Nobody knows, right? But if we're living here fully, then we don't have to worry about it. The funny thing just came to my mind, because in the past I was really worried and concerned about what would happen if my parents get sick, or if they are leaving, like this planet. how sad it would be for me, right? I'm like, oh my God, I'm like this. But after, oh my God, look at this little cutie. Hello. We have cuties to this morning our call with two. Oh my God, look at that. Oh, that's the showcase of affection. See, these are the moments which we're talking about. Like, can we really truly live in these moments, right? So you see, when I literally transformed and then using these reference points, I created the most fulfilling and satisfying relationship with my parents in a way not attached to what I think it should be for them, instead of honoring exactly where they are and who they are. They were farmers and they just recently moved in the city, right? See, for the most people in this world, it was like, oh my God, for the parents, we need to get this for them. We need to put them here and there. We need to bring them here with us and all of that, right? The kind of conversation. But for me, no, nothing like that. The only thing I think about is that how can they experience their life with power, freedom, self-expression? How can they experience that they are adding value, experience that bliss, experience that, who they are in this universe as giants? These are the moments, these are the things which I created. I'm always there supporting them and cheering them up so that they can take on, because I cannot do push-ups for them if I want them to be healthy. This is the thing for many people in this world. What they do is that good intentions, but it can be harmful. So make sure you know who you are dealing with, regardless of this situation. They could be the weakest. They could be the most we think as the suffering people, right? They don't have, like, even the disabled or disadvantaged and all of that. Honoring who they are, honoring their divine light, create them big, trust. And the only thing we can do is just support and activate, right? So together, can you imagine, together with this, knowing we are the giants, knowing we have the power, the godly powers within us, and then honoring other people's divine power, that's when the whole world is going to shine, activate together. That's where world peace is possible, right? So this is what I figure. This is what I'm doing in the moment, making the most difference to the most people. And of course, we're still journeying. If you have any thoughts or feedback or what you see, it's possible, welcome to share, so we can work on this together. We can see new things and we can discover incredible new ways, right? And then all of this, which I propose, that I want to bring us back a little bit to the practical world, to the world where we are living in, right? So most people, we how they can connect is if we're going too much higher, head in the clouds, and they can't connect. But what they can connect is science, right? All of this is science. We talked about that earlier, the water message, and then thoughts are things. Because if you think of the embarrassed moment, immediately, something will happen to your body physically, right? Can you imagine that? Just the thought, it didn't happen, right? If you think about a nightmare, you wake up in the morning, gosh, you're sweating and all sorts of things happening to you, but it's just a dream. It didn't even happen. And the water message is even more so. So all of this is supported. And when we talk about the more studies and even quantum physics, all of this is all connected. The only thing we need to do is just figure out this combination. This is literally the lock, which is put on our divine abundance or anything that we want in life, right? Our natural birthright, all of this is all behind that lock, because we're giving this human form and we come and experience, and then boom, suddenly there's a lock placed on it. So what we're doing now is decoding and finding the key, the combination to the lock. And we cracked the code. We literally just cracked the code, right? So the code is finding that combination. And then what is that one thing that can change everything? It's all here. It's all here. It's just the different approaches, right? The long road, the long road, medium run, and the short road. Or for me, I want the shortest. I wanted the shortest route to everything that we want in life, right? From here, coming from here, we shift everything, and that's what I've been practicing, right? That's the kind of results which I shared in the previous sessions about what has been created in this world and what's possible for people. Like one session, just in one session, physical illnesses disappear, right? In one session, we help people find love. In one session, we help people like save their marriages. In one session, we help a kid who's being bullied and like stop feeling that being bullied, and they become like a new person. And then the bullied kid become a completely different person, stop bullying. In one session, we save the person who's thinking about commit suicide and checking out of this world and turn around and become a new person and like feeling like a new body, completely new experience in this world. How cool is that? Right? How cool is that? The most incredible, interesting thing is that I have doctors coming to me and fixing their issues because they know whatever they're doing, it's on the surface level. It doesn't really help them. Many of them dealing with incredible physical illnesses that just wouldn't believe. I have top surgeons who come to me and work on that because of their stuff that they're dealing with. The traditional way is not helping them. They can literally get anything they want, right? They can do anything they want. The most advanced surgery, the most advanced whatever technology, or the things that they can use. Everything, they have everything, but they don't have what we have here, right? So what we get to is something really truly amazing, and this is the root cause, and this is the one thing that can change everything, and this is what I'm committed to in life. Thank you, Peter. And I'm only committed to what works. There's no good or bad, no right or wrong, no need to attach to anything. I can learn, I can explore everything, but I'm only committed to what works. This what works is not limited to one thing. This is limited to each and every moment. What works for me, what works for others, and then also what works in terms of how I communicate. Because everything can be resolved this way. Doesn't have to be all of this and then war, right? And then killing each other. It's all due to, the stuff over here, the separation in the mind, the ego, misunderstanding, miscommunication, and thinking, you know what, if I kill you, I will be better. It's so absurd, right? Do you know what happened? I was not too many. I think it was about a couple of years ago. I was in Nigeria for this. I was in the educational field at the time in the university. We were attending this fair, and there was Lagos, Nigeria. I don't know whether anyone has visited there, but the situation's dire. I was like heartbroken. That literally propelled me even ask further. How can we, what makes the difference? How can I best serve humanity? Shift and change all of this. Doesn't have to be this way. Can you imagine if you are the only one who can afford to sit in a restaurant and eat? Can you enjoy it? If you are the only one who can afford, who can do all of these things and dress in beautiful clothes and driving all these beautiful cars, living in a beautiful house, can you enjoy it? That's what happened in Nigeria. It's so twisted. All the super rich and then all the super poor. The super rich, what happened to them is that they have everything, right? But look at the surroundings, the roads, and the people on the road. It's so incredibly horrible. The conditions so horrible. Even though they have all of that money, they are literally putting themselves in the prison because they are so afraid, so scared. They build up all these bulletproof apartment complex or the villa complex, hiring security guards. You know, those doors are so incredibly complicated. Sometimes they have the risk of just locking themselves in. And the security guard is like the prison guard. Can you see how incredibly twisted this is? It just doesn't work, right? So the one thing that can change everything is that we are all in this together. If you're really committed to this, to what works, and go for that effective way, and literally we can reprogram the dream life, anything that we want, into our subconscious mind, so we have effortless success and joyful living like that. It's all available, right? It's all available. So this is incredible. But I'm going to share with you a bit of bad news. Okay, so the bad news is that most people, the majority of people in this world, are unaware of that, right? They're striving in their conscious mind, which is only about 5%. They're pushing themselves to be the best in sales and marketing, the best in negotiations, best in real estate business, or even running their own business. But you see, the key is, if your subconscious belief system, the blueprint, is not set for high level of success, we all are blocked, right? See, we're sitting here saying, yeah, see, I'm out of it. But you see, if people around your community, they are not coming this way, they're not shifting and seeing this, still, it doesn't mean anything, right? Because if only we can get it, it doesn't work, right? We got to bring as many people as possible so we can live in this community. Because for me, you know, as I shared in my declaration, you know, I'm looking to get married and to have children, right? But I want to bring my children into a world that works, and I'm responsible. So that's why I'm in this, okay? That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So you see, I don't want you to be blocked from that, right? How can we unlock this, getting the money that we want and we all deserve, with the people that we are, the caliber that we are in terms of making a difference? It's crucial that we make a lot of money. It's crucial that we have a lot of money, because think about the good we can do. Otherwise, we're only limited to the physical presence, right? We can't go donate our time and volunteer. Yes, Peter?
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just going to ask a quick question.
Yeah.
So how do you mean that you can be blocked from happiness and purpose? Do you mean in a sense where if there's such a big divide, then like you could be in your own prison, like you're mentioning in Nigeria?
No, here. See, what I'm talking about is that was just what you call that, the story sharing, right? So the theme over here is that as human beings, you know, the subconscious belief system or the blueprint is actually underneath, submerged, like the iceberg, right? So that means, as human beings, majority of us, of who we are, is actually unknown to us. We are not aware. We can't see. So this is what's blocking us. So you see, this is something that we call it, we don't know that we don't know. Name something that you don't know that you don't know. Tell me.
I don't know.
Exactly, right? So this is the part, right? This is the part. So this is crucial. Thank you for asking this question, Peter. This is a very crucial, this is important that for everyone to understand. The reason for us to go for that is that literally you declare yourself, you take the action saying, you know what, I don't know that I don't know, but I'm willing to do this, right? So this is the part which is saying, if you are not set for that, this is the danger, right? This is the bad news which I'm talking about. This is most people, this is the majority of people in this world is this way. Because if we already get this figured out, the whole world will be filled with people who are abundant, love and peace is available, and there will be no fear, no wars, no lack, no scarcity, right? So that's why we're talking about, this is what we are all blocked from, this, the abundance that we want, and the true happiness, right? The true happiness, I'm talking about the true happiness. This is independent of the circumstance. This is not the happiness. Say, oh, I got a new car. Ah, I'm like this, and then next day, something happened to the new car. You go like that. No, this is not that. This is totally independent of the circumstance. This is the happiness that's coming from within, knowing who we are and knowing what we can do. We can, what's possible, right? And then the true life purpose that we're living, aligned with why we are here for, right? And I feel that, on this challenge, and all of us here, we are already aligned with this, right? It's just a few other things that we can sort of like sort it out. But also, this is to bring awareness that this is what's happening, right? How can we reorient in a way, leading by example for other people, right? So yes, our old negative belief is ingrained in us because this is how we are programmed. But the good news is that we can do something about it, right? How incredible it is. We have the access and we can do something about this, right? So this is exactly what I do, right? And this is what I'm committed to. And it's forever, it's permanent, and it's fast and easy, it's rapid. So the question I want to ask you here is, can you imagine your desires become the source of your habits? So everything that you want and need is just, the moment you tell it, it just naturally, they become inner GPS. You just let there. Things are just happening and aligned to make it happen. What would that be like? What would your life be like? What would the people around you, how would they enjoy? How would they connect with you? How their life would shift and change? How can you impact all of them? Right? What kind of impact it is? And then in turn, the society, the community, the society, and then the world at large. Because each and every time when you think of something, your thoughts affect the whole world. Right? So this is the space which I'm also creating, and this is what I'm present to, is who I am. In the moment you are, right, present to that, in the moment you are present and then taking responsibility, right, going for what works instead of worrying about, oh, this money issue, oh, I can't do that, even though I wanted that, but I'm not going to do it, right? Go for what works, go for that most important or the effective step, which what I see, that's when you are literally shift your energy into that unstoppable being. That's when you're going to cut through any challenges, any circumstances. I'm talking about any challenges, even including this challenge. You can just cut it by your way of being, right? Saying, you know what, this is what I want, I'm going to take it. This is what happened to me. How I shifted is that, you know what, I realized being an entrepreneur is so incredibly important in this world. I just dropped everything. I just did. I took the action. It's kind of like I jumped from a cliff and growing my wings on my way down. This is it. I'm just going to put myself in and I trust. Right. So this is the part which I'm going to invite all of you, whoever you are here or you're going to see the replay, to ask yourself this question, right? And then to see either you or anyone in your life that you see that this program can make a difference. The things which I'm doing, right? My program, using the rapid transformation therapy, and then literally change and shift any reality for you quickly. And feel free to reach out to me. I would love to have a conversation with you and discover what we can do to support you to go to the next level like that, fast, right? So become that cutting energy, like the being, you are just unstoppable. Because you see, another incredible thing is the way we do everything, anything, is the way we do anything. You just shift this one thing, everything else shifts in your world, right? So this is one way. Do you remember? Oh, do you remember this? There's also a long road, right? So I want to share with you all the different approaches, right? See this diamond cutting principles, the emptiness from the Buddhist approach. Remember that pen? The story of the pen?
Yep.
The pen is not coming from the pen or the outside world. The pen is coming from here. So that means everything is coming from here. So the principle is that, you know, the 4-step principle you can use. This will take a bit of time, but the same thing, right? You taking those actions or you thinking those thoughts is literally like what we're doing, like what I'm talking about in the rapid transformation therapy, is you activating who you truly are, and you see the divine, and you also see everything else is just coming from you. You activating that part of the belief system. So for this one, it will take some time for it to show up, to manifest. But it's incredibly effective as well. It's really amazing, and things can change and shift. But you need to follow those 4 steps. First, step 1: identify what you want. Right? Seeing anything, everything. Right? If you don't know what you want, of course, what can you get? Step 2: find someone who wants the similar thing or the same thing with you. And step 3: devote 1 hour every week. Help that person. Yeah, you know, be at a public place like a coffee, Starbucks coffee, or any place that you can both can meet. Help that person, right? See, this doesn't mean that you have to give money or do anything. Just do the best. It's coming from the intention that you want to unconditionally help that person get what they want, and in turn you sowing the seed, right? See, that person is very important for you because that's the space for you to sow the seeds, so then your seeds can grow and flourish, right? But the last step, which is the step 4, is crucial, is that you got to water your seeds so the seeds can grow. So the watering is every night you think about the nice things you did for that person or other people or whatever the kind deeds towards the goal that you want. So this will help you nurture and water and flower, help your dreams, your desire grow. Yeah. So these are the 4 steps. I saw you, Peter, just a second. Okay. So this is very, very incredible. These 2 principles, which I just shared with you, I'm telling you, probably the most cutting edge in this whole world, in this whole universe, in terms of secret success. And I, you know, for me, I'm just a futurist, right? I wanted to go to the cutting edge and find out the most effective way. So, you know, we are really lucky, people who are here to hear this and to get this. Consider we are incredibly lucky. We have really good karma seeds that we did such kind things in the past, so we can get this, and then really truly amazing. But one last thing is, knowing is one thing. You know, as human beings, we always get tricked, right? Yes, I know, and then doing is the another, because knowing doesn't really make the difference. You got to take the action and really do it. Without that, all of this is still meaningless. It's nothing. It will not do you any good. That's so incredible it is. All right. Thank you so much. And I saw, Peter, you have a question?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for sharing your life's work with us in this session. We are super lucky to get to hear it in such a short amount of time. It's like shortcuts to it. Question on number 3. So you said spend an hour with someone, helping them get what they want, like an hour a week. And then what that also does is sow your seed at the same time. So how is that also sowing your seed at the same time?
So basically, how it works is that this is the oneness conscious, right? You know what you call that, the oneness. We are all in together. We are one, right?
Sorry.
How you sow the seeds, it's all related to other human beings. You cannot do this all by yourself alone in this principle, okay, in this work, what they do. Yeah, but I mean, even in the work which I do, we got to go out and then make a difference to help others getting what they want. And in turn, you have the good karma seed in that regard. right? So for example, if you see you want a lot of money, you want a financial freedom, and then you go out, you help another person who's struggling with the same, you help them getting that. It's not much of saying, oh, you know what, I'm also broke, how can I help that person? What can I offer them, right? But it's the intention that you are willing to spend that time. Because you see, two minds, when you have you ever noticed, observed, two minds ever get together, there's a third mind also comes. This is the power of
Mhm.
it, right? So if you two are also talking about this, and then there's something else going to take over and produce incredible results for both of you, right? In that process of helping the other person, something got to open. It will open up. It's kind of like that. It's amazing. But in the Buddhist principles of this diamond cutting principles is you just don't worry. The only thing you need to do is bring that kind heart, bring that unconditional love, the heart. You just go in and help that person. Do whatever you can, right? 1 hour. Like for people who are finding love and they go to nursing homes, finding these lonely people in the nursing homes, spending time with them, take care of them. And then you literally like you're planting the seed for your loved ones, your boyfriend or husband is coming. By the way, this is the principle which I'm using. And it's
I love it.
incredible. You know, also my parents, I don't know what happened. I'm so connected with them because I was looking for nursing homes over here, not like literally non-existent. But of course, I'm resolving to do more work with these people. And then because of my intention, I was looking and I was searching. I sent out these thoughts. Can you imagine? My parents even got this message, and they went out and they went into the nursing homes, and now they are doing amazing work in the nursing homes. So I'm just like, we're all in together. We're like, we are one. They are doing it on my behalf, planting my boyfriend and my husband for me. So we had this
Beautiful.
conversation. So then it's elevated them to the next level in terms of the work which they are doing, the kind of feeling, the
Yeah.
kind of incredible presence to who they are. So this is what's possible. Okay, uh, is that clear? Does that answer your question, Peter?
Yeah, completely. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Awesome, great. So I think we finished on
Thank
time. Yes, Solon, you have a question?
No, no, I was just interested about when you talked about your parents about trying. I think it's that how people try to rescue people, or they're trying to change their situation, more accepting about where people are at. You
Yeah,
know, I mean, that's if I heard it right. Yeah, wherever that people are at, that's where they are, and to be kind of grateful and have the intention that their their happiness matters more than us trying. It's like us always trying to control or rescue people or
yeah, yeah,
trying to make things better for from our perspective and from our cultural understanding of what is better rather than being from where the person is at. Yeah. I think that kind of hit home for me a little bit about, yeah, we're all on this planet for a certain reason, and where we are is exactly where we're meant to be because we're there for a purpose of some kind. Yet we don't always understand that because we can't see around the corner. You know, we just, it's like we don't, it's the unknown. So because we can't see around the corner, we don't know what is behind around that. And the only thing is to keep walking and flowing as best you can. Like it's there. I always had the vision of when you're flowing down a rapid river and then you're trying to grab onto the side thinking, I don't want to go down this, I don't. And it's the resistance that's harder than the actual just going with the flow, you know?
yeah,
So that's where I always come back when I think, oh my God, I'm stressing myself out about something, you know, and then just go, hey, just flow, just go and stop resisting because the resistance is what takes all your energy and there's none to go out, you know.
yeah.
So
That's
I
beautiful.
hear that a lot, which is like allow. They say just to allow. So that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I love what you
Wonderful.
shared.
Okay.
Sorry, I love
Yeah.
what you
Sorry.
shared about the analogy of the river, and then
Mm,
that's exactly where all of us. are, right? This is we're all in this river of life, and it's all about how much we are allowing and just go with the flow instead of grabbing on.
Yeah.
Because the most people, when they're struggling, they are suffering is because they're trying to hold on to something. They don't want to be with
Yeah. Yeah.
the reality is the way of flowing fast. Everything's
Yeah.
changing, but they want to hold on
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
something that creates the physical illnesses, depression, addictions, or weight issues, or you name it, right? They can't find love, can't make money. All of this is because holding on to something instead of just saying
Yeah.
it is what it is, right? And then also other people are the way the way they are. We're
Yeah.
not savior. We're not here to save them. We're not here to help them. We are only
No.
here to be ourselves and leading by example, saying this is what's available. If you choose to come along, if you choose to see, oh, okay, this is something what I want also. Okay, all right, great. This is available. I'm making the excess also. If you want to commit to it, let's do it together. It's all about let's
Yeah.
play. It's not about, because you see in this world, what I see is the twisted. What you pointed out is so true, Solon. You said, it hit you because this is what happened with good intention people. We want to go out and
Yeah.
save the world, or we want to go out and then do this, do that for the other people. They're suffering, they're struggling. It's the same principle like you go out and you want to do push-ups for other people, and you literally
Yeah. Yeah.
taking away their lesson. You literally taking away what they need to experience over here, and then they ended up being invalids,
Mm.
no will to live in this world anymore, and they felt like life is meaningless. What's the point, right?
Yeah. I think people who are in depression and that, and I don't say this lightly, but it's like stagnation, really. It's like, because you're not flowing, you're actually stagnating within yourself, which is the sad bit. Because once you've got that sort of thick mud on you, you can't. It's very hard to get out of that thick mud and to see any light more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, the sad part is that we have solutions, we have access, right? This is the part where we come in and see, you know what? Look, I have access over here. It can be just like that. Super
Yeah. Yeah.
2 hours and you're done. You don't have to feel that way. But again, we're not gonna force them saying, you know what, you have to do this. If you don't do this, you're gonna be this way, that way, then and then you lose your peace of mind, right? Go crazy. So what I'm proposing over here is that this is available, right? And this is possible. And of course, I want you to come and then join us, because you see, you being that way is not contributing to the world. But if you being this way, you are literally shifting and changing everything for yourself and people around you, and then the whole community and the whole world. Of course, I want you to be this way, but I'm not going to be here saying you have to, you must, you need. No, we don't have to do anything in this world. There's nothing that we need or we must, we have to. Everything is a choice. Everything is a choice. So whatever choice people are making, I'm honoring, I'm respecting that. But my responsibility, which I can see, is that I come in and share with you, because some people, they are unaware of the choices they make. So I'm just simply putting a mirror up, seeing, okay, this is what it is. Okay, can you see it now? Can you see it clearly? What choice are you making now? If you're still making that old choice, it's no problem, right? So at least now you know you are responsible. It's not about the circumstance. It's not about the other people. It's all about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I use the analogy too of the flip of the coin. Just it's a matter of just flipping a coin, seeing the other side.
Yeah.
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 Amazing. Awesome.
I like it. I mean,
Cool.
you
Well,
know,
on to the challenge, shall we, or the action items? Is there any
Yeah.
for this?
yeah.
Yes, we do. How can we forget our action step here? Because you see, each and every session afterwards, if you don't do something, if you don't have take an action, everything that we just talked about, it just went to, okay, I know, kind of thing, right? It's like human condition. All of us, nobody can escape. Okay, I'm just simply telling you, I can't. And then so that's why I literally commit myself to take actions. Everything I learned, I apply and take actions. That really propelled me to where I am. The effectiveness, and then also look for the most effective way. So this way, life is guaranteed to the way that we want to turn out to be, right? So Peter is going to put this in the Facebook group as well, this fast action step. So it's just literally think about the list you made about the things that you really want in life, right? Imagine that you are now 5 years ahead, right? Now you're looking back at where we are now from 5 years. And think about it's already coming true, right? What would you say to yourself? What would you have felt about yourself? Yeah, how would you feel about yourself?
Yeah.
So this
We're
is the
actually
Yeah, we fast forward 5 years, everything has already come true. Whatever we created already now there. But I mean, this is really true, okay? What I'm talking about, this is reality. This is like literally, because the moment we created, the moment you created what you wanted, it's already a reality. So the only thing that's not in our reality that we're experiencing is because we are stopping and blocking and preventing ourselves to see it, to experience it. Right. So now what I'm doing is drastically, rapidly bring you up to speed, matching what you have created. It's already there. You already experienced it. How would you feel? What would you say to yourself? Right. And what would it be like? Describe all of that. What would your life and how would you feel? And it's just all of this. Get into these touchy moments. Create those emotions. So the more you can live in those emotions, the more real it is, right? Whatever you create becoming true in your life. So this is like a rapid kind of like narrowing the gap action step. So this one is going to be amazing. So I literally truly encourage all of us do it. I already done it. Okay, I'm way ahead. And I'm gonna post mine.
Well, right?
Yeah, of course. I come up with this, so I better get mine done.
I'll do mine as well. So we're writing a letter from our future self, looking back 5 years, everything we've created on this challenge has come true.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Great action. I'll be working on mine tonight. I'll put this reminder up in the Facebook group tomorrow. Well, before tomorrow, actually.
Yeah.
And then, just so I can make sure that I don't cause any more confusion with us getting here. What I'll do is I'll also create an event time for our next event, and then put that on to the Facebook events with the link directly to this Zoom. And then just like Facebook always does, it remind us. That'll set us up for the next step. So we're halfway through already. It's already our third one, and then we have only 2 more left to go. So thank you for being with us.
Amazing.
Onwards.
Oh yeah, Peter. Yeah, just to have clarity, next session, Solon will lead, and she will guide us through with the vision board, the whole process. Of course, I know that your challenge is going to be amazing in the future. So consider this as a kind of like a practice on us, or do something combining all your, great stuff, and then in one session, if you can. Of course, you can. We can put it into the next session as well, so that we can contribute to all of us in a way that make a difference, right? So it will make a difference, because I know how incredibly knowledgeable and incredible energy that you have, and how much you have to offer. Because last time when you shared that immediately, because I wanted to say that when you were sharing, but I thought I better discuss with the whole thing because this is not my show. So, and then afterwards we thought, this is a great idea that we invite you to come along and share what you have, because this is also very important, right? You talk about vision board creating and challenging, because this is also something that we can stimulate our subconscious mind, right? So we do whatever we can. So this is one thing. Another thing is that the reason why we're changing the time today to earlier time, 3 p.m., is because I have a session right afterwards in a couple of minutes, and this is wealth wiring. Can you imagine? Some smart people, some smart person, a doctor also, want to wire the wealth map into their subconscious mind. So this way we get there like this, right? Instead of constantly struggling and self-sabotaging. So this is what's possible. I'm just simply sharing with you. It's amazing. This work is truly, truly amazing, right? So I invite all of you to be open and to explore, and welcome to connect with me and to inquire if anything that you're dealing with. anything at all, and let's see what we can do together to support each other to the move to the next level. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Salan. So you're happy? You're okay with hosting the co-hosting the next one on Thursday?
Yeah. I'm quite happy sitting where I am. That's why.
It's gonna be so
That's who
awesome.
she
I'm
is.
so excited.
Yeah, she's gonna bring her biggest smile, like to the session and make such a difference to everybody. I just love it.
Beautiful.
And I love our gang here and love our community. It's beautiful, Peter. You're creating something wonderful, and I'm so glad and so honored to be part of it.
Yeah, thank you for joining me, and thank you all for being here. It's only the beginning phases. We'll keep this coming. So
yeah.
All right, thank you so much, everybody. I
Okay.
guess that's it, right? Is that a wrap?
Yeah, absolutely. We're complete. Beautiful, complete. Have a great day, everyone.
See you guys back on Thursday.
Thank
Bye.
you. Oops.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
I forgot to do this. Yeah. So I'm going to send you this also, Peter. Okay, the fast action steps so you can post in the group. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.